Thank you all very much. Let me just get my act together here, which is always a good idea if you're going to try to do this kind of thing. TJ, where are you when I need you? By the way, I want to initially thank a bunch of people, and I put them in order. Now, this is a particular order. First and foremost, I want to thank my wife. Why don't you come up here? Come here. I want you to meet my wife. She is definitely the better half. She makes me look bad, though, compared to her. But anyway, this is Lisa. We, on March 23rd was our 29th year from when we started dating. And we've been married 18 years. You don't have to stay up here. Okay, good. And I know she doesn't want to stay up here. The second set of people that I need to thank are my two paralegals, T.J. Anderson and Tanya Rao, who have been running the office without me since I've been trying to become the next senator. I've been kind of negligent in a certain extent, and they have been taking care of a lot of things and carrying a lot of weight for me, and I really appreciate it. Thank you both. And then, of course, you have to thank Hudson's for the great food and accommodating us. And I told them I had no idea who was coming or how many, and we just had to play it by ear, and they rolled with it, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, Robin, wherever you are, and Clint and the rest of the staff. And please remember to tip them. Any money you leave on the table, I will not contribute to the Bolen campaign. I will give it to make sure that the wait staff and the servers and the people that have helped us here at Hudson's get it. The next person I want to thank is Gavin Smith. And I'm not sure where he is, but you all have seen him. He looks like he's in middle school, but he's not. He's my campaign manager, and he's doing a great job, and I really appreciate all the hard work. He's the one that made this happen. And I've also had a bunch of volunteers that have been working with me, and I want to point out Elizabeth Cranmar. And where is she? She's probably taking a break. Oh, there she is. And she's been involved in my office for the last couple weeks and been very instrumental in making this happen. Thank you. And also thank you to all the people that helped with the sign-in and the signs and the table set displays and everything. Thank you all. And I want to thank our AV guy, Thomas Moore, wherever he is. And everyone that came out tonight, I want to thank you especially. So let me get to my speech, and I will hopefully convince you that I'm the man for the job. I'm very happy right now to announce my candidacy for the South Carolina State Senate representing District 18. I'm thrilled to know that there's this kind of support for the ideas that I represent. I have no illusions about me being anything extraordinary. I believe more realistically that I am merely the proverbial everyman who, because of my life circumstances, can advocate for the issues that we all hold dear. And I'm sure that, like me, you are tired of yelling at your television as you regularly hear reports of government spending more of our money on things that we don't want and we don't need, on boondoggles that don't work, on waste, fraud, and abuse, and then raising our taxes to pay for it. We can do better. I am running to represent the thousands of people who can't understand why the obvious common sense answers to these problems aren't applied. I want to get into the Senate to be known as the whirlwind who came in and made my mark by constantly nagging, whining, praying, pushing, and pressing to the point of irritating the Senate leadership to eliminate unnecessary and expensive departments, bureaus, commissions, laws, rules, regulations, requirements, taxes, fines, fees, fine print, and the general aggravation we all endure. Do we really need the government to tell us what kind of light bulbs to use or how much water we need for a successful flush, how tall our grass should be, and on and on? Surely we can do better. As Thomas Jefferson said, the government is best which governs least. This concept has been a passion of mine since I was in high school civics class, and I learned about checks and balances, enumerated powers, and the various roles of the state and the federal government. I had a principal in the Christian high school I attended, Mrs. Norton, my in-laws who are here tonight, over here at this table to the left. they will remember Mrs. Norton, and she had a saying that said, the more rules we make, the more rule breakers we make. Her idea was that we should expect people to be responsible and respectful, hold them to that standard, but don't try to micromanage their lives. My passion for limited constitutional government is what motivated me to go to law school so I could be better equipped to fight against this ever-expanding government from the inside. Unfortunately, also as Thomas Jefferson said, the natural progress of things is for liberty to yield and government to gain ground. We must recognize that neither Washington nor Columbia can change the laws of nature or the laws of economics. We cannot continue to operate with huge deficits, with overtaxed and overregulated citizens, and expect to avoid the inevitable consequences. The laws of nature and economics will assert themselves, whether we're ready or not. We can learn the hard way, like Greece is now, or we can be wise, make some reasonable fiscal decisions and some potentially painful cuts, but do it on our own schedule and of our own choosing and learn the easy way. I think we should learn the easy way. We must get the government out of the way of hardworking and productive citizens and allow us to fail or succeed on our own merits. And we must not punish those who succeed and reward those who don't even try. I do not want the government to provide my food, shelter, clothing, healthcare, entertainment, education, or the myriad of other benefits with which they try to buy my vote. And I definitely don't want them to take half my income to pay for these benefits. We can do better. If I am elected, I commit to you that I will be tireless in reviewing government programs and finding ways to eliminate them where possible, or at least improving them, and returning many of those functions to the private sector. I will also commit to fighting to reduce the actual budget of the state as an adjunct to reducing its role in our lives. I know that at my house we've reduced our spending and consumption in response to the weak economy. Unfortunately, South Carolina actually has a bigger budget this year than they did last year, which was bigger than the year before. That means the government is now taking a higher percentage of our production because the economy has gotten smaller. We can definitely do better. I could go on and on about all the problems we have in the government, but this is supposed to be a fun night. I think it's been fun so far. And instead, being the eternal optimist that I am, I want to focus on the campaign ahead and the work that we have to do to win in June. So please make sure that you take a yard sign, a bumper sticker, you leave us your name and your contact information, and let's take this thing to the incumbent and make some changes. And thank you again very much for coming out. I really appreciate it, and I think we can win. Thank you all. Have a good night.